this point. And here we go, Ducky Wucky Warp Speed downhill. We just cracked 17 miles an hour. What a rocket ship, huh? Government Center right in front of us. 85 acres of our Center City. Nothing but government. Why would we do that to ourselves? Well, back in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, this was a thriving entertainment district. Let's say it was a sailor's paradise. Sleazy bars, strip joints, you name it, block after block. 60s rolled in. The citizens of Boston said, get rid of it. The city took all those properties by eminent domain, kicked out all those crummy businesses, and then turned around and resold it all to the various government entities that we see here today. You think about what we accomplished in all of that. We managed to get rid of 85 acres of sleaze, crime, and corruption and replace it with 85 acres of government. Big improvement, huh? On your left, the Old West Church dates back to 1737. That's a pre-revolutionary building. Very fortunate in the city to have many buildings built in the 1700s that are still around, still kicking around with us today. We'll check out a few more of them as we cruise along. Building on your right would not be one of them. This lovely creation was designed by a cruel and deranged architect in November of 1969 with staircases that go through the building. You cannot get into this building by going up those stairs. Tell me this guy didn't go directly from Woodstock to the drawing board when he came up with this thing. And not only that, it houses the Massachusetts Department of Mental Health. This guy was cruel, I'm telling you. I'm on the stairs and I can't get in. What's the matter with you? Anybody see the film The Departed? Did you see that one, The Departed? This was police headquarters in that film. You would have seen Martin Sheen running up and down the funny-looking staircase. Kept running up and down the stairs because he couldn't figure out how to get in the building, I guess. This building, by the way, is making an appearance in the film I mentioned earlier, What's Your Number? Did a 2-week shoot at the top of the stairs. And here we go into the West End. This part of the city, the West End, created by filling in a waterway. There's that recurring theme. The old Mill Pond got filled in, and this area was built up as a working-class neighborhood of row houses. It thrived as a brown-collar neighborhood until the 1950s rolled in. Urban renewal, in the sense that cities started preservation and restoration, had not arrived in Boston. The 1950s got the wrecking ball out. Old neighborhood torn down, 1,000 townhouses, row houses,
TD Garden.
And again, the city sold the property off to various municipal entities. On your right, world's widest cable-supported bridge, known as the Leonard P. Zachem Bunker Hill Memorial Bridge. It's 10 lanes wide, and that's Interstate 93, crossing the end of the Charles River. The bridge is part of the rebuild of the Interstate Highway, 17-year project. Been done for a few years now, but it turned out to be the largest public works project in North American history, both in difficulty and dollars. $14.6 billion. The bridge that you're looking at is the crown jewel of the reconstruction. We'll see more of that by and by. Charles River on your right, there it is. That's where we're headed next. I'm going to pedal around right out here and have a little boating experience, and then we'll get on our way to other historic sites. We are on the Boston side of the Charles River. Cambridge is on the other side. We're going to cross over that away. That's where we access the river. For the moment, we're at an intersection called Leverett Circle, which was rebuilt recently. And based on what's going on right now at this circle, I would have to kind of delete this from the success of this rebuild. And the reason for that is you'll see when we get around the corner, the drawbridge is being torn apart as we speak, and there's a big traffic jam over here because of that being rebuilt. That's what's causing the tie-up. Suffice it to say that the rebuild of this intersection 2 years ago was a great improvement. Get a load of this. 2 years ago, and for 60 years prior to that, this intersection was a 2-lane rotary with 22 lanes of traffic feeding onto it. You talk about a thing of beauty around 5 o'clock on a Friday night, this was it. This is where Bostonians would greet one another after a long week's work. This is where Boston Sign Language was invented, right here. I know it looks goofy, but it works a lot better than what was in this area.
Orange line? No, silver
what's
line.
happening around the corner has a lot to do with what we're doing today. And we're all waiting with bated breath for Monday morning to see how this project is going to affect traffic. The road that we're going to take a right on has been a two-way road forever. It's a very, very heavily trafficked road inbound on weekday mornings and all morning long. Big, big, big way to get in to the Storrow Drive area, the North End, Government Center, etc. The bridge which is being replaced is quite decrepit, and rather than to draw the project out over a 6 to 8 month period of time, the decision was made to restrict the flow of traffic on the street to one-way outbound. That means no inbound traffic for 4 weeks, and the bridge would be completely torn down and rebuilt in that period of time. So it remains to be seen how this is all going to work out. The road was closed at midnight last night. Today they have taken one whole side of the bridge, the metal part of this bridge, and have removed it, dropped it down onto a barge. So they certainly are going at it pretty aggressively the first day of operations, and they're promising that this thing will be done in 4 weeks. We'll see. But we'll get a look at it as we get around the corner.
Let's go to the third part.
Lights are not allowing us to